Hello and welcome once again to Burning Bridges. We are continuing our preparation for the Swedish Nationals. We've looked at my lists and what I'm going to play, and now we're going to have a look at Morten's list. Morten, co-host from Burning Bridges. Morten, what are you going to play? Welcome, and what are you going to play in Sweden?
Thank you, Simon. Hello, everyone. So I'm bringing a crazy list from Fortress Europe. The restrictions were simple: bring armies or units from the same book series, so D-Day series or Berlin or Bagration or Fortress Europe. We found out in the late period. Apparently, we're not going to go into that. I'm bringing Panzer IIIs because everybody knows that Panzer IIIs are awesome. You can get 3 Panzer IIIs for 11 points, and they are veterans and careful and just so great that why not bring a whole army of them? So let's bring up my list and do the magic.
Yes.
So my list is based on Fortress Europe, and the whole reason to bring Fortress Europe is that I can get the Panzer IIIs, of course, and I cannot mix with any other forces because of the restrictions. So we had to do a full Fortress Europe force.
Yeah.
This allows us to bring, how many Panzer IIIs do I have here? I have 14 normal Panzer IIIs and 8 Flampanzer. So a lot of hulls. They are remounting on 3s, they are hitting on 3s, and they are last standing on 3s, which will probably also mean something because I will play very aggressive. I also brought some support units, so let's look at those as well. They are pretty cool because they're Fortress Europe. You usually don't see it. Ferdinand is AT-17. It is aggressive, so it is cheaper than the Berlin Elephant. So it's only 13 points. Same gun. It will be a workhorse in my army. It will be deterrence to IS-2s, Tiger tanks, Crocs, anything that has armor more than 6, probably. Then I brought the Heinzschel 129 plane, which is the best plane in the game in my mind. Well, after the Typhoon, of course, but I don't play British. So the Heinzschel is nice because it has 3 shots each, so it's 6 shots AT-7, only firepower 5, but it can destroy M10s, and M10s are the worst unit for me because they can counter my Panzer IIIs. It can also destroy Priest or all these little support units that we have see on the board. It's great against aggressive units. So your Su-76s, for example, I could eat up. They could eat up. Anything that is a threat to my Panzer IIIs. So tank hunters is the main goal for them to kill. The Panzer III units. Let's look at that. The main formation. I brought 2 in the HQ. I have to do that. Brought 5 for the assault unit. So you can take a loss or 2 before they enter combat. I brought a unit of 4 and a unit of 3 because I needed more hulls basically. And originally it was 4 in the last unit as well, but I had to cut some points. I added the Flampanzer to the formation to get more survivability, but also to get the flames. So, Søren, you might recognize that or realize that I'm not bringing any artillery or infantry.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I need to have some flames to pin for an assault and also to remove infantry before I go in. So if there's a house or something, I need to just be able to flame it and remove infantry. What is special about Fortress Europe is also that you can get flame tanks in your support unit. So I actually have 2 choices of those. So I have 8 flame tanks that will go up, and the thought was to be able to counter Volkssturm lists with my 8 flame tanks and then assault unit of Panzer IIIs. It will also burn up any veteran units that are out there sitting on an objective. It would be able to burn even M10s if I do something really nice and just dash up and hope to survive. It will be able to burn up anti-tank guns. So the whole point with my list is to be very rapid in my movement and deployment.
Yeah. So
Uh,
obviously you're not playing a defensive list.
no,
This would be hit by potentially deep reserves. So
yes, I will never choose defend. I don't know if I will choose maneuver. I think maybe I can defend in a maneuver against attack. I don't know. I don't have any infantry, but I can hide 3 Panzer IIIs somewhere and then hold an objective.
yeah,
Um, I am very maneuverable, so I could, outflank and I actually
yeah,
want to outflank stuff. So counter strike or breakthrough is also in
yeah, yeah,
maneuver, but I would have to defend. But I could, yeah. There are some missions that maybe I haven't really considered if maneuver is an option for me. Mostly, and I'm saying this because I think when we look at the list, there will be like 80% attack lists or
yeah.
something. And that's the usual stuff we see right now in late war one on single tournaments. Is that you will attack?
Yes,
Probably that's what you said, for example.
unless you're bringing a German Berlin list, you
Yeah, exactly.
attack
And
is
German Berlin list I would love to meet because all the little crap units are worthless. So bring that on. I don't think there are any Berlin lists that there are some Clausewitz list of course, but there's
no,
not a Volksturm list as I
no.
remember. Yeah. So that's my list. It's gonna be ride hard or die kind of thing.
Yeah, yes.
Um,
You're
it's
not
gonna
gonna outshoot anybody, right?
No,
You
I only
you're
have 89 and 4 plus firepower on my
yeah,
Panzer IIIs.
yeah,
So I'm not going to win against medium tanks unless I flank. So that's a issue, of course. So
yeah,
the problem if I meet medium tanks, I would probably maneuver because then I could get a flank shot in my defense. Maybe
yeah, yeah,
I could. Yeah, I don't know. If I meet the British, I would probably attack
yeah,
to get a fair fight because fair fight means more planes usually.
yeah,
Hmm?
yeah. This sounds good. You brought a recce unit as well. Is that
That's the standard, so I can get a spearhead right, so I can be even faster up in your face.
yeah?
It's,
So
yeah, that was originally a Lux unit, but they cost 5 points, and I needed more points. Apparently, you
yeah,
can see I couldn't even afford a lucky card.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you maxed out
yeah,
your units, try to
yeah.
get
The
as many
whole
hulls as
idea
possible.
is I can always buy. So some people would probably say, "Why don't you bring smoke?" But that means I need to cut more than 2 Flampanzers because they're only 4 points each.
Yeah,
Uh, and then I need to cut a whole Panzer III unit of 3 tanks that is 11 points. So I will quickly lose my, like you said in your list that you need more units, and I would lose way too many units in this if I start cutting down and getting support
yeah,
units.
yeah. Because
That's the theory. So I'm gonna either win or lose in 1 hour, probably.
yes, which is good.
Mm.
Which leaves
Mm.
more time for small talk and fun.
Yeah.
Um, have you played your list? Have you had
No.
some tests? Okay, so
So no test games, no
so
nothing.
next, yeah,
I have seen my good friend Jens play it once, a version of this at an old ETC training 2 years ago or something. It was very interesting to see how it messes up a regular tournament player because
yeah,
it's so different. Um, we did look at some of the lists just before we recorded are recording this,
mm,
um, and we've talked a lot about the British lists actually that. Um, They are spending a lot of points on AVREs and Churchill Crocodiles, and that's going to be interesting for me to meet because that's probably going to be 40 points wasted if they bring that. Interesting to see if I can beat the rest of the army then.
yeah.
Um,
The thing about the crocodiles is it's still an anti-tank 10 gun sitting on
yes,
a front armor. Is it front armor 11? Front armor
I can't
13?
remember. It doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
don't even know the side armor.
No, no,
8,
no.
7, 7 probably
Yeah,
inside.
you're not gonna kill them.
No, I'm gonna
No.
ignore them and I'm gonna break the formation because that's gonna be a recce formation or something.
Yeah,
British people usually, or the British players usually bring the all-known recce formation
yeah,
because it's cheap, it's good. But I'm gonna hunt it down with my tanks and planes and then hope to break some point.
yeah.
Same with the Germans. I'm gonna ignore all the flak cars. It's gonna ding on all my cars, all my tanks. So how I see it is that my medium panzer will break against. It will destroy half track spam. It will beat because it's a medium tank. It will
Yeah,
beat the most of the cheap stuff, but I have a problem with better medium tanks.
yeah. And any medium tank is a better
Yes.
medium tank. Yeah,
Well, not stat wise, but yes, gun wise, they will be. I'm only front armor 6, so everything will shoot through me, but I am still veteran, I'm careful, and I am a confident remount 3. So
yeah,
it's an okay, really good tank. I would have maybe preferred to take a Berlin Clausewitz Panzer IV
yeah,
company and then use it in a Fortress Europe force, but as the restrictions don't allow it, this is my solution. But the Panzer IVs are better, of
yeah.
course.
For not
And
that much more.
no, exactly. The Panzer IVs are maybe half a point more each or something, and they are maybe reluctant, but they're still careful veterans in
Yeah,
the Clausewitz formation. So it's definitely AT11 is way better. But on the other hand, by having a AT9 gun, I am not forced to shoot, so I can just drive.
yeah.
I will not be lured into a shooting match. I will just dash,
Oh, yes.
maybe.
You
Let's see.
you just you plan to be on the right place at the right time without
Yeah.
having tried to blitz and shoot and scoot all the
Mm,
way because
mm,
that'll
yeah.
always end up biting you in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
well,
hoping there will be a lot of line of sight blocking terrain.
we can't have everything.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're gonna do some interviews when we
Mm,
get to Sweden. So hopefully we can do them before each match, so we can see who are we playing, what are we going to plan.
mm,
So if new players have any questions to our lists, they should be welcome to write in the comments, and we'll see if we can answer them, and also
mm-hmm.
try to so when we see the table and the opponent's list, maybe we can do an analysis before we start and say this is my plan, and then we can do a sum of. We can't do it on
Yeah.
every game, but maybe we can do it on a couple of games,
Yeah.
so we can see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll probably do all the interviews since I've lost in 1 hour ish, thrown away all my
uh,
units after I
oh,
haven't played this
it's
list. But yeah,
it's gonna be fine.
um,
You're gonna have fun, and
yeah. When is the tournament, son? I don't think we've said that.
it's the last weekend, first
Of
weekend.
November.
Yeah, it's going into beginning November, going into December. So we're
That's true. Yeah.
Christmassy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Yeah,
have fun and see how it goes. Well,
definitely.
thank you for taking your time, Morten, to talk
No
about your
problem.
wonderful Panzer III list. It's definitely not something we see a lot. I think it's going to be the first Panzer III list I've ever seen in an open late war tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's gonna
it's
be
always,
glorious, and I'm
it's,
gonna win or die fast.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's always a good plan. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be
All
back with
right.
some more content soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.